Hey people, Indrid here, Team Free for All, Faction Rumble. This is the Siege of Rax. Green team is some chaos. In fact, it's double Plague Champions. We have GeoKnight, Iron Warriors, Elite Scheme, and Akolit. These guys start off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. Up against, got some Eldar, Novacyt here with a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control abilities. Crazy Chairman 96. Alongside with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat with some powerful disruption and support, already messing with more chaos. This is Elite Player Mentally Deranged as another Plague Champion. The Thousand Suns here, and Beaster rounds us off with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, fighting in melee, some good old Black Legion. So it's two Chaos teams and an Eldar team caught between them. Looks like Chaos fights itself over here, with Chaos Space Marines shooting at other Chaos Space Marines, meleeing the Plague Champion. Here comes the Sorcerer, might chuck a Doom Bolts in. Oh, goes for the Heretics. Didn't hit it quite flush, but the Heretics are now in amongst the CSM. CSM are no slouch in melee for sure, but that Doom Blast does make a big difference if you're going to hit all the models. Chaos Sorcerer now going after those other CSM, but these guys are getting shot from an angle, and they are forced to retreat. What do we have in terms of VPs here? A bunch of kind of natural VPs with the generators on them that can be destroyed. And looks like a central VP that has no generator. Nobody's gone for it yet. Eldar might be able to use their mobility and get on it. Banshees messed up those Heretics with Guardian's help. And the Plague Champion forces them off with the stinky bolt gun he's got. Double CSM for Elite Player Mentally Deranged. Double CSM also for Akolit. Looks like GeoKnight dropped their Heretics. Right there, looks like. Maybe another Doom Bolts involved. Looks like it was a Heretic on Heretic fight with Doom Bolts thrown in, I would think. These guys are going to try and grab this wreck point. What have we got in terms of power? Looks like both teams have two relatively safe natural powers. I think relatively safe for a team free-for-all map, that is. These guys hanging out. They're not interested in capping this, apparently. Crazy Chairman's got a Shuriken Cannon on the way. Limited firing arc can suppress infantry. Early VP lead here for the purple Eldar team, having a triple cap. As you can see, top of your screen, these guys trying to get up to 2,000 victory points to win the game. Eternal War on both the CSM for Mentally Deranged here. Havoc's on the field for Beaster. Havoc's also for Akolit after the double CSM. GeoKnight gets more CSM up. Has not replaced the Heretics yet. Kicking off over here, looks like. Chaos fighting Chaos with a Plague Champion's Plague Sword in play. Creating some zombies on kill. Power melee weapon that ignores melee resistance. Unique trait of this thing. Awesome weapon when he goes down. Killed a Havoc model, looks like. Should do decent work with it though and get some good XP, I think. Maybe get the fetid armor alongside it. Here comes another Plague Champion, but this is the ally of Beaster. Lots of Plague Champions around. Gonna get very confused, I'm sure. Still an Eldar lead, but all three teams have 2 victory points. This one undisturbed so far. Here comes a Warlock though to try and grab it. There's also 3 wreck points here. If you can grab all of these, that'll make a massive difference throughout the game if you can hold them. Massive difference. Havoc's on the way now for GeoKnight. Still refuses to replace the Heretics. Maybe they'll get them eventually after the Havocs or something. Those CSM barely getting away with 2 models there. There's some Nurgle worship from Mentally Deranged with his Sorcerer buddy. Oh, consuming some of them. Or one of them, of course. The Warlock grab... Oh, he's trying to grab the wreck points, I think. Crazy Chairman, maybe. Nope. Yes. I hear Banshees yelling. I think it was these guys. From Novacyt, purple player. We have Ghost Helm and Doombringer up. Doombringer combined with Howling Banshees when you throw Guide on them can be very, very nasty. Those Banshees getting very low though. Guardian's still in play. They don't have their battle equipment, so there's no threat of a grenade. And they're just leaving the fight, it looks like. Here come more CSM, I guess, is why. Heretics hanging out. You know, getting a participation trophy, if nothing else. Do some worship, fellas. You need some worship. Both of these CSM have dropped a model, so it might be worth sending them back. Havoc's coming back out with a single model. Back down to the west side. Plague Champion still twitching on the floor. These guys trying to take this power. Remember how I said they were relatively safe and natural? Well, this is the contested one, I think. Yes, the natural ones are here and here for the blue team. So that is a contested one. Weird that they genned that as well. They went really hard on gens. They've got 2 full gen farms and they still gen that one up. VP lead still for the Eldar. Can they bring their mobility to bear on this map though, or are they just going to be pincered in by very angry Chaos fellas later on? Rangers on the field for Novacyt. Sniper infantry that can disrupt from long range. And of course, just do some good damage from long range. Maybe they should be shooting at the heretics there. Get a bit forward. Oh, there's a heavy bolter turret. Eldar can struggle a bit versus turrets early on, but looks like on this map, pretty much wherever you put it, they're going to be able to flank around. And of course, tier 2, they can get Wraith Guard, which are very good at dealing with turrets. And you can get them out relatively quick. Not like you have to wait for a Wraith Lord or something. CSM flee. Heretic did some good work there. Dark Reapers on the way for Crazy Chairman in tier 2. First tier 2 unit we're seeing. Plague Champion is suppressed there, but he still fires at the same rate when he's suppressed. He's a cool guy like that. Has a Havoc battle over this power. They're very fixated on this power. Don't think I've seen Akolit go for this VP super hard. Here comes a Sorcerer teleporting in with Vestments of the Warp. Hard counter for this Havoc setup team. Could have used Sigil of the Rift as well. Got some good options against setup teams, the Chaos Sorcerer. These guys getting around with a flank and some melee. Havocs do have the lesser form, the minor melee resistance of 20%, I believe. They might die if they're not careful. Looks like they have enough there to force these guys off. Can someone come and save? Oh no, both the green Plague Champions are down, so nobody's going to come and save either one of them. What is this? Eldar pressuring the flanks. Banshees with their Exarch. Aspect of Strength gives her a fancy spear. Now they're getting shot up though. There's Doom. And the Ghost Helm suppression. Touch of Nurgle. Special attack sends them flying. Touch of Nurgle might have wiped those Banshees there if they were all around that model. Touch of Nurgle is a global ability of the Plague Champion. Marker unit, as you can see here. And it would explode on death. Dealing damage, knocking down enemies, and also healing nearby allies. It's a great global. It's very expensive these days, though. 175 red, I think. Plague Champion of Mentally Deranged with a Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence, and Mucus Discharge. Level 1, but they've invested heavily in this guy now. He should do a lot of work in combat. Throws up the Pestilence Strike. A huge amount of damage resistance. Double CSM with Marco Zinch on both. Yes. So lots of anti-infantry damage. Banshee's able to get in on the turret. I guess it wasn't targeting them, eh? Now the Banshees can take it out. Turrets can't target things in melee range. And also things behind them, obviously. We see a VP being taken by Beaster. I guess you'd call this one contested. It's not a natural, really. It's contested between the green and blue players there. Havocs, you're going to suppress? There we go. Here comes a Plague Champion, though, back to his feet with the Plague Sword. Can he kill one? Crack. Not quite. Akolit also up. Not sure if maybe Akolit revived himself and ran over and revived GeoKnight. Seems like that's what happened. Double CSM running into suppression. Might want to throw down Pestilent Strike here, buddy. Oh, I don't think he has energy for it. Don't think they have the energy for it. Now they're trying to suppress the Plague Champion. Oh, did he lose? Did they run? Oh, they must have run. Yeah, they ran. I thought he lost the CSM there. Here comes the Chaos Dreadnought. It is not going to be bothered at all by a Shuriken Cannon. Plague Champion barely getting in there. Gets a level. Must have healed himself already, I guess. There's the Pestilent Strike. Dark Creepers with their Inferno PvP damage, very effective versus heavy and super heavy infantry, which a lot of the Chaos stuff is, obviously. But they can't really touch a Dreadnought. Eldar still have this one. I don't think any of the other teams have come here. They've just been pinned to the side trying to defend their stuff. Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines now for GeoKnight. Level 2 is their... Oh, double Mark of Khorne CSM. What is Beaster going to do about that? I mean, they've got double Havocs. Although, none of them can suppress. They've both got autocannons. Lots of damage, but no suppression. I guess the Heretics could Doom Blast and then frantically run the hell away from the scary Chaos Space Marines. Could also get Robes of Torment, of course, but the Sorcerer needs to be up and about for that. What is this? I see some action. Banshees in amongst CSM and a Dreadnought. Dreadnought should be in melee there, I feel like. These guys getting a Bright Lance by any chance? Nope. No sign of a Bright Lance yet. Dreadnought backs off though, which is safe, which is smart. He doesn't know there's no Bright Lance on the way. Who's down up here then? Farseer? Farseer is indeed down. Got some Seer Council though. And an Autarch. Some nice auras going on for Novacyt. Oh, Autarch running to base. She'll be okay. Nice and quick on her feet. Can jump over stuff as well. Seer Council go for the VP. This is another one you would consider contested, I think, between the green and purple players. Seer Council providing that damage resistance aura, and the Autarch already also has her own aura. And I assume they stack additively. I'm not sure though exactly how it works. I hope they do stack. Tier 3 for Akolit. Looks like the last player in Tier 2 is going to be GeoKnight. This generator here has been destroyed, so this VP is now non-functional. You can repair it. I think it costs 15 power though. It's not cheap. Destructor. Witchblade of Kernus in. Also Providence. They still have that central VP and 2 of those rec points fully matured at plus 20. And a decent VP lead, 200 or so for the Eldar. Blue team of Mentally Deranged and Beaster in second place, but GeoKnight and Akolit, the Plague Champ, is not far behind. And Akolit has a Plague Fist now. Needs some anti-melee stuff for sure. I think he should have got the Bile Spewer here. Bile Spewer and Fetid Armor and Icon of Nurgle, I think, would have been the way to go. Throw out the Bilious Discharge to slow things to a crawl if they get through that. Or if they jump over it maybe with the Seer Council, you can just pop your Unholy Stench and suppress them. And you've got the Icon of Nurgle constantly damaging things. Get some Havocs up as well. It'll probably be jumped by the Autarch, but then the Autarch might isolate itself. He's got options, the Plague Champion. He needs resources for all of those things, of course, but he's gone Plague Fist, which could help. I mean, you can get a Pestilent Strike and stun all the things, but then you're giving them huge ranged damage resistance. You'll need to follow it up with Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines maybe, and that is very risky. Running into Banshees, Seer Council, and a Farseer with a melee army. If it's not like Knobs or Lightning Claw Terminators, you're going to have a bad time. They've gone for a tank. That works too. Just shoot the stuff. Crazy Chairman with an avatar hanging out at base right now. Dark Creepers, have you leveled? No, you haven't. You've got the aspect of the Reaper though. 25% more ranged damage. Not bad. They've rebuilt this generator and they triple... Oh, quad cap for the purple team. Have the central... These two like contested ones, and of course their natural back here. What's going on the west side? Mentally Deranged is rotating mid. Beaster alongside them with some Chaos Terminators. Landraider Phobos on the way. Another Avatar as well. This is going to get spicy, you guys. There's a Noxious Cloud. They're getting the hell away from it. You can control this thing. Global ability of the Plague Champion. It looks like they've avoided it almost completely here. Kicking off in the mid. Big Spirit Stones heal. And that was Doom on the Terminators. Look how much damage they took from the Seer Council and the Banshees on them. Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Khorne getting absolutely wrecked. Yeah, it's a nasty melee army, this. Very nasty. Warp saves them, I think, there. Couple more hits, they would have gone down. Global ability of the Sorcerer. Oh, but now they can't use it on their Terminators. Subjugated Howling Banshees, but where's the Robes of Torment? They have Vestments of the Warp instead. And the Terminators went down. Hard luck for Beaster. Gets the Chaos Space Marines out. And I guess they didn't think they'd be able to chase the Terminators that effectively. But that's a vicious little blob there that Novacyt has. And they're playing it really well. Land Raider Phobos up here for Mentally Deranged. Anti-vehicle focused Land Raider with twin-linked las cannons on the side sponsons. Twin-linked heavy bolter on the top and a combi bolter or storm bolter, wherever it is up there. Marco Zinzius will do a lot of damage to an avatar with its super heavy infantry armor. They got 2 of them, right? Yeah. What about Beaster? Oh, they've got the Mark of Cornfellas, that's right. Well, the Warlock fell over. They got him down. There's 2 avatars to deal with now. Here is Novacyt with a Wailing Doom. Hits that one guy. Oh, that Heretic Aspiring Champion got hit. Here's the Chaos Predator of Akolit. Mark of Corn. GeoKnight went for no mark yet. It's a good mark, Mark of Corn. More speed, more damage. What else do you want in life? Mark of Corn CSM now for GeoKnight as well. There's Doom on them. Oh, a zombie Banshee. Thanks to the Plague Sword. And they've got Armor of Pestilence. Where's the Fetid Armor? Fetid Armor would really frustrate this blob of melee. Get the Plague Champion close enough, pop it, and they'd be suppressed for quite a while. I think it was nerfed slightly in terms of how long it can keep things suppressed, but it's still super good, I think. Much tougher with Armor of Pestilence, of course, which is important when you're trying to swing in melee. Trying to trade with things. Plague Champion gets away. Tank able to get a lot of shots in here. Seer Council get out. Banshees. Oh, they're at the end of the roster because they got subjugated, I think. That's a good Wailing Doom, although it does kill the Farseer. She'll be alright. Autarch jumping in. That heal on landing. I don't think it affects the Avatar, though. It's only infantry. Tank needs to keep moving. Not that way, buddy. What's he gone to? Oh, trying to get back to base, I suppose. This is the Plague Champion of Akolit. Can revive... Oh, GeoKnight's up. GeoKnight is already revived. Meanwhile, Fire Dragon's Eldritch Storm as well on the Land Raider. I think it might be done for. There's an avatar there. There's Fire Dragons. There's another avatar coming in. It's very brave to try and get a Land Raider up, I think, in a team free-for-all. Large, big target. Just going to get kind of attacked from all sides. Mentally Deranged, I don't think happy with the Eldritch Storm. I don't know. What's Imba? Eldritch Storm didn't do its super one-shot damage like it sometimes can with Land Raiders. I think it only happens when something's inside of it. How does Double Havoc's doing? Both level 2. GeoKnight down to just Chaos Space Marines. Eldar with a sizable VP lead, but they've got no VPs capped right now. I assume they're working on that somewhere, are they? Oh, this got destroyed. They need to rebuy that. This one doesn't have a generator, so you can't destroy it. And this one's being destroyed by Chaos, because they're good at that. Imperial Abyss reacted really quickly there, Crazy Chairman. Took a chunk of damage, and I don't think they lost any models, or maybe they lost a few. Got away okay, though. I thought that was going to be really bad. I thought there was going to be, like, army wipe potential there. Why are you guys running? Shoot the Avatar. They're running. Oh, maybe they meant to only retreat the Plague Champion or something. Oh, more Land Raider Phoboses. Okay. Beaster's got one. Akolit's got one. Are they going to shoot at each other? Doesn't seem like it right now. These guys popping their Slaughter for Akolit. And then jumping inside the Phobos. Sorcerer teleports away. Maybe trying to create some space so they can warp the Phobos back, but he's not moving right now. Taking a lot of damage. Here comes some Chaos Terminators for Akolit. thought they'd be called in on this thing to go after it, but looks like they want to go after the autocannons here. Or just the Sorcerer himself. Just take that Sorcerer out. The Phobos is done for. I think Beaster... Yeah, Beaster should have retreated off a while ago and walked it back, I think, maybe. Double autocannons in its face. Are they going to fire? Oh, they're infiltrated by the warship there. These Terminators with autocannon and Akolits also with autocannon. What are we looking at on the VPs? It's a 1 cap each game here. Still a decent VP lead for the Eldar. Here come more Chaos Terminators for Beaster. Goes for Claws. That's going to be a hard counter to these other Chaos Terminators who have autocannons. Claws are going to mess them up, especially alongside Mark of Khorne CSM at level 3. Those CSM are going to take so much damage though getting in. They lost their aspiring champion there. Subjugated Terminators. Got to use their teleport, surely. Maybe it's been used. Dirge Caster. Not sure why these Terminators are going after the land. I guess they will just want to do whatever damage they can. I mean, they have so much DPS that they can threaten vehicles quite a lot still. 2 VPs capped by the Eldar. What is this? The other side of the map. That's a lot of scary Eldar looking stuff. Fire Dragons giving chase. Do they both have Fire Dragons? Yes, they do. Also, Novacyt has a D cannon somewhere. Oh, it's in the middle. Covering the middle. There's also a webway. That's a webway. Whose webway is it, though? Novacyt, so it'll give some infiltration, potentially. Fire Dragon with that big... I think it's called a Fire Pike. That massive looking weapon there. The Phobos of Akolit still stands. Or sits, whatever it does. Chaos Terminators would be dying. Down to a single model here. The Beaster. I mean... a hard counter. But can they get into melee? Because if they teleport on them, these guys can just teleport away. And then maybe they'll be in a bit of trouble. But they have the... oh, the Sorcerer's down. I was going to say they could subjugate them, teleport them into a bad area, and then go mental with the Lightning Claws. Oh, those guys didn't last very long. Maybe they're being chucked away for pop. Here, Banshee's yelling a lot. Touch of Nurgle Heretics. Big touch of Nurgle booms. Tank is getting too close. Needs to back away a bit. Maybe. It's trying to, I think. Not always easy to control tanks. Triple cap for the Eldar. Getting close to that 2,000. Oh, Doom was on those CSM and they went down. They got sync killed in their base. Are the Banshees going to get away, though? They're trying. Looks like maybe... is that Fortune on them? No, we have Armor of Assyrian. I'm not sure what that blue aura was. Oh, it was just the blue aura from the Seer Council, I think. They got away somehow. Seer Council also got away. Seer Council didn't even drop a model. Avatar with a fantastic Wailing Doom as well. Holy crap. That was nasty. Juicy, says Crazy Chairman. That was Novacyt's Avatar. Looks like Crazy Chairman's Avatar went down. But they are getting another one. 1771 VPs. What is this? It's Mark of Khorne CSM capping mid. There's a Nurgle Shrine. There's a Phobos. That is nuke bait like crazy right there. Plague Champion repairing a bit, of course. Oh, they need to rebuy this VP and grab it. Because these guys are grabbing the mid. They have this. Gotta rebuy this one, fellas. You'll have a triple cap. Chaos Terminators showing up in the mid. These are Beasters. Chaos Predator attacks. That's the Farseer talking, I think. Where is she? I can't select her. Oh, she was inside the webbay, I think. Yeah, there she is. With her crew. Touch of Nurgle on his Mark of Khorne CSM. I believe the damage from Touch of Nurgle scales off the health of the model. So it should do huge amounts of damage if you put it on Terminators or something. And a really good amount of damage if you got it on CSM, especially if they're leveled up. Not sure exactly how it scales. Have they rebought their No, they haven't. Not sure why they're not doing it. Waiting for wreck, says Crazy Chairman. For what? For something, I guess. Oh, maybe to rebuy that? How much wreck is it? Is it 200? Pretty expensive, eh? Where's the Ethereal Slash, damn it? And there's Touch of Nurgle. I think that's too much for even Touch of Nurgle. There's Ethereal Slash, and there's an Eldritch on 2 vehicles. Takes one out very quickly. The other one's not going to last too much longer. Down it goes. Was that was mentally deranged stuff. Yeah, they've lost their entire army there in that fight. That was a rough fight. Still not taken that VP back. Or repurchased it. These guys haven't either. Eldar fellas. Oh, there we go. It started. Total steward. Stupid, maybe they meant to say? Banshees, they must be level 4. Yes, they are. Pause to retreat, I think. Yes. The Warlock is what? Level 8. Center is uncapped. How's about capping it, Chaos fellas? They're trying to. They might be shifted around by the vehicles. No, those guys have got it, I think. Is that a Mark of Nurgle tank? It is. Mark of Nurgle tank for GeoKnight. Big fight here brewing. Between all 3 teams, maybe. Right lance goes down. Are they going to take that webway out? Surely they can see it. Time field into a Wailing Doom. Wow. That did a lot of freaking damage to the Land Raider. They do like 700 damage? It was full health, wasn't it? That was nuts. There's an Eldritch. Very good hits. All of the Eldritches I've seen have been very good so far. Can they finish it off, though? Avatar's trying to get on it. Massive chunks of damage. And there's another Wailing Doom. And that's the end of that. Doom up on the Chaos Terminators. A double cap for Eldar. A quad cap for the green Chaos team. But it looks like the Eldar have done enough. Even if you only have 1 VP, you're still accruing points. So if someone gets really far in the lead, you have to like shut them out of all VPs maybe. How did this Plague Champion do? Level 4, did alright. It's got the Armor of Pestilence. I think maybe an underutilization of some of the Plague Champion's anti-melee stuff in this game. Bile Spewers, Fetid Armor. Imperial Abyss coming in. Mostly escaped everything. What is this? Another Imperial Abyss from Beaster this time. Just at the end of the game here, I think. Because the Eldar have it on a double cap. And they played it really well. They kind of preserved their stuff super well. Novacyt lost the Guardians, but that might have been intentional because they were like left around here somewhere. Novacyt played a level 10 Farseer. He had an awesome melee army. Level 4 Seer Council, level 4 Banshees. Crazy Chairman. Level 9 Warlock with the Witchblade of Kurnus. Dark Creepers doing work. Banshees of their own that survived. What about his Plague Champions? Level 6 with the Plague Sword here. Akolit with the Fist got level 4. Mentally Deranged. Level 8 had the Plague Fist as well. I think they had the Mucus Discharge, didn't they? Yeah, they purchased all that stuff early and did well with it. And the Sorcerer, level 7, had some rough fights. So did Mentally Deranged. That Eldar blob was scary. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to Crazy Chairman for running these faction rumble lobbies. They're very hard to get going. And thanks to these players for taking part. I'll see you next time.